What's up, Mike here, and today we're going to be learning the rolling finger flip. So like the name suggests, with the rolling finger flip, you'll be grabbing the nose of the board and flipping it while rolling. Kind of like a tail stop finger flip, but yeah, you're moving forward when you're doing it. Before learning the rolling finger flip, I highly recommend being comfortable with stationary tail stop finger flips like we were just talking about. And it might help if you have some experience with early grabs, things like backside grabs, frontside grabs, cannonballs, all of those will come in handy here. Now to do the rolling finger flip, I like to have my back foot in the center of the tail, and I like to have my front foot in just about the middle of the board. I'll bend down at my waist to grab the nose, and I like to grab the nose of the board with my front hand, either on the top of the nose or along the heel side edge. When you're ready to flip, shift your weight back over your back foot, pop the tail, flip the board, and attempt to land with your feet over the bolts. Seems easy, right? Let's break it down. Now, just like with the tail stop finger flip, when we're doing the rolling finger flip, we're flipping the board away from us or in the heel flip direction. So if you're ready to learn the rolling finger flip, it helps if you are comfortable with that finger flip first. You can find a trick tip for the tail stop finger flip in one of these cards up here or in the description of this video. Once you've got a feel for stationary finger flips, you can start breaking down the rolling finger flip into sort of 3 steps. First, rolling forward while grabbing the nose. Next, rolling forward, grabbing the nose and pulling the board into a tail stop. Next, you'll be combining all 3. Rolling forward, pulling the board into a tail stop, and then throwing a stationary tail stop finger flip. Now at first, that's going to feel extremely unnatural and really clunky. But if you focus on each individual motion, grabbing the nose, shifting your weight back into tail stop, and then patiently waiting until you stop rolling and then doing the finger flip, it's going to help you develop the stability that you need and the balance that you need in that position to do the full rolling finger flip. And as you get more comfortable doing those 3 distinct motions, eventually you can shorten the amount of time that you spend skidding and turn that long skid into more of a pop. There are a few things that you want to focus on when doing the rolling finger flip. One is to bend at your waist rather than bending your knees and squatting really low into the finger flip. From this position, from this super squatted out, compressed position, it's way harder for me to then jump up into the finger flip. However, if I bend at the waist, I have all of this flexibility in my knees, and it's so much easier to jump upward for the finger flip. Another helpful tip is to preload your hand when you're doing the finger flip. We talk about this a lot in the stationary finger flip trick tip, but if you apply downward pressure to your thumb and upward pressure to your fingers before you even begin jumping off of the board, you'll find that the board flips much more quickly and immediately. In comparison, if you have a soft hand on the nose and you don't begin applying pressure until after your foot has lifted off the board, there's sort of a lag time and the board doesn't flip as quickly. And finally, take it slow. Trust the process. If you start this trick clunky and slow and broken up into those 3 motions, you'll find that over time you have the confidence and the balance and the strength that you need to do these high-speed triple finger flips or whatever variations you want to learn. But these tricks take time, and it's important to be patient with yourself. Soon you'll be doing tricks like the fakie finger flip, burial finger flip, 360 finger flip, whatever this trick that Dan Garb does is. But give this a try. If you have any other questions, be sure to ask us in the comments or join the Waltz Discord where you can ask a bunch of freestylers for tips on these tricks. And until next time, keep dancing.